Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Berkeley County Board of Education meeting this Monday, September 15th, 2025. I call this meeting to order. I declare a quorum is present and the media has been notified. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Davenport, a second by Ms. Bradley to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the board meeting on September 2nd, 2025.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Coates, a second by Ms. Davenport to approve the minutes for September 2nd, 2025. Is there any discussion, adds, deletes to those minutes? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0. We'll now entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Davenport, a second by Mr. Borden to enter into executive session. The stated purpose of executive session is the discussion of employment contracts and/or appointment of administrators as needed. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0. We are in executive session. Entertain a motion to return to regular session.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Davenport, a second by Mr. Borden to return to regular session. I'd like to state for the record, no action was taken in executive session. Also, for those who are following along on the agenda, citizen comments was erroneously placed inside of the executive session, which is not where it will happen. So we're going to return to regular session. We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll have citizen comments. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question to return to regular session.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0. Will now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So now we'll do agenda item 3A, which is essentially in position 4, citizen comments. Amanda Hebel, administrative changes versus SC ready scores.
Madam Chair, do they give their email addresses when they log in or sign up?
Yes, ma'am.
They do?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, there's contact information. It can be provided.
Please.
Good evening. As I'm sure you all know, I'm here to express my dislike of the administrative changes that took place about a month before this school year began. Now, I am aware that a couple of the positions opened up because the principals retired, as if some of us actually believe that. But I wanted to make it clear, Dr. Dixon, that I know these moves aren't done haphazardly, as you mentioned at the last meeting. I know they are meticulously thought out and planned out by you and your team to eliminate those that don't follow y'all's narrative. You said they were based on needs, but I'm still trying to figure out whose needs, because it surely isn't the students' needs that are taken into consideration. I say this because I noticed that at one particular school, instead of moving the AP up to fill that principal position, she was moved as an interim principal at a completely different school. This school posted scores of over 50% getting meets or exceeds on SC Ready and ELA this past year in all grades. Wouldn't it have made sense to promote her there to see if she could continue the trend in the scores? One principal was moved after only being at the previous school for 1 year. What effectiveness can you create in 1 year? I'm not sure what happened to 2 of the elementary principals, but the other one was demoted and moved to another school. This school had also posted scores in ELA of over 50% meets and exceeds in all grades. They were also close in math, with grades 3 and 4 posting over 50% meets and exceeds, and 5th trailing not far behind at 47.7% meets and exceeds. Now, I may not know a lot, but I know that unless there was some very poor evaluations all of a sudden or something of that nature, that this move was completely uncalled for. Not to mention, all the interim positions are still interim positions, and we're 1 month into the school year. I don't know what happens behind the doors during those executive session meetings and whether the board members ask questions or just blindly follow your recommendations because they trust you. But I can tell you that over the last 3 years, you've lost the trust of majority of your employees, and this year it's getting worse. I mean, how many coordinators have we gone through? I get messages at least once a week about the low morale. If they haven't already left to go to CCSD or DD2 because they were sick of it and y'all, they are just anxiously awaiting to retire, while others are just holding out hope that this board and cabinet will soon change before they decide to leave too. So while we wait, did you ever find out the answer to Pastor Troy Lifridge's question? How much is the going rate for souls these days, Dr. Dixon?
Next up to speak, Angela Gracino, the district's new mandate on DFAs.
Good evening.
My name is Angela Gracino, and I have 2 students at Marrington Middle School. And my concern is with the DFAs. So I know that there's been a lot of talk about how the district has mandated these unit tests. My concern is that there is information that is not being taught that is on the test. So I emailed my students' teachers, and both teachers said that they were not able to get through all of the information, all of the instruction that was supposed to occur before they took the test. And so many students are failing, whole classes are failing these tests. I have an example with me. This is just one example, but on her social studies test, only 3 of the 19 questions that were on the test were covered in class and had notes that they were able to study. So I asked about a study guide. Study guides are not provided. 6 of the questions were not covered in class at all before the test was given. So they're just supposed to guess on those questions. 7 of her questions were not discussed at all in the notebook, and I have her notebook with me as well. I went through every single question on her test. So this is just an example, but this is a concern of parents, of teachers as well, and as students. It's causing stress, not just on the students, because my students are A and B students. They're in the gifted class, they're in theater and in different arts programs, and they're failing tests that they should not be failing, but the district is mandating that these tests be done on a specific day when the instruction isn't getting through. So I do have some suggestions for the board. Maybe instead of mandating on a certain date, giving the teachers a window where the test can be given so that they can catch up with material or have days to review it. The test should match what's going in their notebooks. If this is what they're supposed to be studying, then they should have that information so that they can study, and also to provide study guides. With social studies, that's a subject where you have to memorize facts and understand it. Going through it one day in class and not having any record of it in a notebook is not going to help those students. So I would appreciate the looking at this with the DFAs. I know there's a lot of people that are upset about this, and it is affecting students' grades in high school and things like that. You know, when kids don't get A's and B's, it's harder to get into college, it's harder to get scholarships, and so this is something that I feel like the board should really look at and discuss. Thank you.
What grade level is the child you are referring to?
She's in 6th grade. My daughter's in 6th grade, and my son is in 8th grade, both at Marrington.
And because I'm not in the district on a regular basis, hadn't talked to anyone about that, what
Ms.
does
Pratt.
DFA stand for?
What does DFA stand for? District Formative Assessment. I've been told that they are
okay.
the unit assessments that the district has mandated for teachers to give on specific dates over a unit.
Can we sit down after the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We'll now move on to agenda item 5, the superintendent's report. Dr. Dixon, you're recognized.
All right. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman Wofford, board members, senior cabinet team, and members of the BCSD community. As we continue to celebrate the academic gains our students are making, I want to thank our teachers, our school leaders, our central staff, and this board for your commitment to continuous improvement and to the vision of student success. We know results are more than numbers. Data gives us the roadmap to strengthen what works and focus where we need to improve. This past year, we reduced the number of students not meeting 3rd grade reading standards from 28% to 15%. And English 2, more than 70% of our students earned an A, B, or C on the end of course exam. These are powerful reminders of how strategy, aligned resources, and dedicated teachers and teaching lead to success. Congratulations are in order for Berkeley Middle's Unified Program. For the 2nd time, Berkeley Middle School has been named National Unified Champion by the Special Olympics. Thank you to the students and staff for building an environment where everybody belongs and everybody can make a positive difference. Last week, we celebrated International Literacy Day, but I celebrated it by reading with Miss Kelly's 3rd grade class at Berkeley Elementary. an experience that reminded me why we do this work. Stay tuned as we unite as a district with exciting opportunities to continue sparking a love for reading among students and parents, schools and teachers, and our entire BCSD staff. This past Saturday, 6 Berkeley County School District marching bands showcased a preview of their upcoming season performance at the Cambridge Cobra Classic. This event gave each program a valuable opportunity to receive feedback and strengthen their shows. I'm so proud of their commitment to growth and excellence, and wishing all of our bands the very best this season. And just today, we had adult education literacy day, and so we celebrated that with a mayor proclamation with our adult education program. And I attended the South Carolina Department of Education's Computer Science and STEM Summit. 3 Berkeley County School District schools were represented. Nexton Elementary's Rocket Robotics team, Cane Bay High's Vipers, and Timberland High's drone team. Their energy and commitment, matched by their teachers' leadership, show the impact of our focus on teaching and learning. And Chairwoman Wofford, there was one of the coaches there that is now at Cane Bay High, Viper. He wanted me to send, he has a gift on my desk for you. He said he was your AP physics teacher, Mr. Sklar. And he is now
The educator.
he's now coaching the Cane Bay High Vipers robotics team, and he sends his best to one of his favorite students. I look forward to continuing to see and share these successes as we work together to make a positive difference for every student in BCSD. So thank you all for that opportunity. That concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon.
You're welcome.
We'll now move on to agenda item 6, action as required from executive session.
Madam Chair, I move to accept the personnel recommendations of the administration as discussed in executive session for the current school year.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Davenport, a second by Mr. Borden. Mr. Baker will be recusing himself from this, so one recusal, we'll put it in writing. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 5-0, one recusal. Item 7A, there are no temporary committee assignments. We'll now recess for the Capital Planning Committee. Mr. Baker, you're recognized.
I am calling the Committee on Capital Planning to order. I declare there's a quorum of committee members present, and note that the media has been given proper notice pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Approved 3-0. First agenda item is RFQ 737-25-26, roof consultant for Whitesville Elementary and Westview Middle Schools. Dr. Whitley, you're recognized.
Good evening, Committee Chair Baker, Board Chair Wofford, and Superintendent Dixon. Thank you. I would like to ask Ms. McNeil to come up and present this
Thank you, Dr. Whitley. Greetings, committee members, board members, and superintendent. This evening, we present for review and approval RFQ 737 for the roofing consultant for Whitesville Elementary and Westview Middle School. The district advertised for a highly qualified roofing consultant to address the roof replacement for these schools. The solicitation and award process adhered to the established procurement procedures. A total of 6 proposals were received, and interviews were conducted with the 3 highest-ranked offers. The award was granted to the 2 highest-ranked proposals, the B group, which is the Building Envelope Enclosure Group, and also to WM Building Envelope Consultants.
And I'm going to recuse myself on this one, so if y'all have a motion for this one.
Okay, so what we have in our package is a finite amount for one school and a finite amount for the other school.
Yes,
To stay that way, they're not interchangeable, correct?
correct.
Okay.
For the building envelope, for Whitesville Elementary, the total amount is $72,970. And for Westview Elementary, the total is $100,000.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
So I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We agree. Are you,
All right, the second
Are you back?
agenda item, ma'am?
you're back?
Yep. Second agenda item is BVB 73925-26, mobile relocation and setup services. Dr. Whitley, you're again recognized.
Thank you. Ms. McNeil will present this agenda item also.
Thank you, Dr. Whitley. This evening, we present the review and for approval, mobile relocation and setup services. This was advertised to seek qualified contractors to relocate mobile classrooms units on an as-needed basis throughout the district. This solicitation was awarded. This solicitation and award followed the procurement process and procedures. A total of one bid was received. The award was granted to Mobile Modular Management Corporation for the 140-foot by 65 feet mobile classroom unit for a total of $376,188 per unit.
When do we anticipate starting to move those units?
Those units are scheduled to be moved in June after the school, right at the end of school year.
And we're not putting them in storage, we're moving them from one school to another to use for the 26-27 school year?
Yes, ma'am.
How many units are you talking about?
I believe there's a total of 6 units out there, but we will have, 2 will be moved to Goose Creek High School, and there are 3 moving to Berkeley High School for the additions that we are planning for.
I make a motion to approve.
All right, second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? So I just wanted to add, I did ask some questions about this because it did seem a little bit high, $376,000 for one unit. So the clarification was provided. That's, we basically had to move all the kids out of Hanahan Middle and move them behind Hanahan Elementary while that school is under construction. So one unit includes 8 classrooms, 3 offices, 3 restrooms, and a teacher workroom. So that's removing them, all the stairs, awnings, everything, and reassembling them. So
Thank you.
that was the higher cost, what I wasn't anticipating.
I assume it's plumbing, electrical, all of
Correct.
those things.
Yes, ma'am. Yep,
And setting it back up with plumbing, electrical, and the exteriors.
Resets.
yep. Any more discussion? All right, all in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion's approved 3-0. Third agenda item is RFP 740-2526, asphalt repair, seal coating, and striping. Dr. Whitley, you're again recognized.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Ms. Davis to come up to present that agenda item.
Thank you, Dr. Whitley. I see y'all saved me for last because I have the most. Thank you, Chairman Baker, Superintendent Dixon, Chair Wadford, board members. So I have 3 agenda items here, if I'm not too loud. The first one is RFP 740-2526. This is asphalt repair, seal coating, and striping. This was RFP. We received 4 proposals for this. The evaluation committee did review all 4 proposals. We would like to award different lots. The services will be required on an as-needed basis. The actual contract value is an estimate pending board approval, which will contract to begin on September 16, 2025. This can be automatically renewed for additional 4 years in single-year increments through September 15, 2030. The superintendent may extend this contract for additional 2 years. My recommendation would be to award lots A, B, and C, which is asphalt, seal coating, and striping to Superior Blacktop Services. Also, I'd like to award just Lot C, which is striping, to AAA striping. So that would be just for striping itself, like for the district office, or if we needed just some upgrading in just some different faded areas of the district. Total estimated cost for the first year was $340,000, and the estimated 5-year contract would be $1,700,000.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion's approved, 3-0.
Thank you. Okay, second one is IFB 741-2526. This is electrical supplies for facilities warehouse. This solicitation was conducted. 2 proposals were received. The recommendation is to be awarded to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. The actual contract value is estimated pending board approval. Now, this contract period will begin on October 29th, 2025, to be renewed automatically for an additional 4 years in single-year increments through October 28th, 2030. And the superintendent also may extend this for an additional 2 years. The recommendation for me is for Gray Bar Electrical Company. The estimated first-year contract value is $305,000. The estimated 5-year contract value is $1,525,000.
All right, make a motion to approve the IFB 741-2526 as presented.
Second.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So did we do this last time and the 5 years expired, or, so?
Yes, ma'am. It's expiring.
That's why it's coming to us
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
is because the last one just expired? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We have a lot of them expiring, so you're going to see a lot of me.
We're going to have a lot of conversations.
Okay? Okay?
All right, any additional discussion? All right, all in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is approved, 3-0.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You got
Last one. Okay, is IFB 742-2526. Okay, this is plumbing supplies for facilities warehouse. This is plumbing supplies to be used district-wide. We received 3 proposals for this. One was deemed non-responsive at the close of submittal. After evaluation, my recommendation is to award to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. The actual contract value is estimated pending the board approval. The initial contract value on this one will begin also October 29th, 2025, and can automatically be renewed for additional 4-year in single-year increments through October 28th, 2030. The superintendent may elect to extend this contract if he chooses for 2 more years. My recommendation is to award this to Gateway Supply. The first year estimated cost is $201,415. The estimated 5-year contract is $1,700,075.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
The 5 years wrong, I'm sorry. $1,007,075. Correction.
Still, my motion stands to approve.
With it being $1,007,075. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All right, all in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion's approved by a vote of 3-0.
Thank you.
So the 6th agenda item is RFQ 715-24-25, roof design services for Sangre Elementary School. Change order. Dr. Whitley, you're again recognized.
Okay. Thank you. We're requesting approval of a change order for the contract for the roof design services for Sangaree Elementary. As the current project replacement of the gravel-surfaced, built-up slope roof system nears completion, we've identified the need to address the existing metal roof and canopy system while construction is still underway. Funds are available through cost savings realized from the existing roof project. We're asking for a motion to approve a change order to the contract for the roof design services for Sangaree Elementary to WM Building Consultants for the proposed design fee of $17,500, bringing the contract total to $127,500.
And I'm going to have to recuse myself again on this one.
So what's the money for designing the metal roof?
Is for the design for the repairs to the metal roof. That is something that we had not figured in the original scope of work.
So is it design so that we put on a new metal roof, or designs to repair? Because
Be designs to repair.
come on, Buck.
It's designs to install a new metal roof on the existing building.
It's just 15% just seems kind of steep for a change order.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems like that's a
that's
small-
the going rate for the designs. I mean, to me, that's a fair price with all the roofs that I've done in the past, so.
Okay.
Do you know how many drawings they're going to have to update, or how many drawings they're going to create or update?
So I don't know the number of pages, but the details, it'll be several pages of details in the drawings for all the flashings to go along with it. Probably be one page just for the metal roof, and then the details to follow that. Will be several pages.
About $2,000 a page is really, really reasonable, cheap rate.
I move to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a
Begrudgingly.
motion and a second. Any discussion?
No discussion.
Okay. All in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
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 All opposed, nay. The motion is approved 2-0. I recuse myself on that one. This time I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the regular session.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of this motion, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is approved 3-0.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. I do want to go back to acknowledge the superintendent. I think we got carried away with Mr. Sklar, who is an amazing teacher and was a finalist for the Teacher of the Year, but that made us distracted from our current Teachers of the Year, who are currently here. So I want to go back to Dr. Dixon so he could acknowledge our Teachers of the Year.
So we want to acknowledge the commitment of our teacher forum members and our current Teachers of the Year, our District Teacher of the Year, Rebecca Krosky. Thank you for... And I had a very lovely conversation with Boulder Bluff Elementary Teacher of the Year, Tanya Hanchin. I did it correctly, and so we thank you so much, too, as well. We definitely appreciate your commitment to working with the district, your commitment here, and what you're doing with Teacher Forum to build bridges between us and you. So thank you.
Thank you very much for attending. So now we'll move on to Agenda Item 9, which starts our committee reports. So next on the agenda are the reports from the standing committees. First, a report from the Committee on Academics and Innovation. In Ms. Littleton's absence, Ms. Bradley will be reporting from Academics and Innovation. Ms. Bradley.
Madam Chair, the Committee on Academics and Innovations met on September 2nd, 2025. And on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the Head Start Budget Expenditures Report for July 2025, Head Start Credit Card Report for July 2025, and prospective new hires.
We have a recommendation from the committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, 5-1.
Madam Chair, that concludes the report.
Thank you, Ms. Bradley. Next is the Committee on Finance and Human Resources. In the absence of Chairman Michael Ramsey, Ms. Angelina Davenport will be making the report from the committee.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The Committee on Finance and Human Resources met on September 2nd, 2025, and on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the out-of-state travel excluding line item 6 in the amount of $2,414.74.
We have a recommendation from the committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0. Thank you, Ms. Davenport.
Madam Chairwoman, that concludes my report.
Next is the Committee on Capital Planning. Chairman Joe Baker, you are recognized. Do you want,
Can you take this first one?
and the last
And then the
one?
last one, please.
Yes, sir. So the Committee on Capital Planning met earlier this evening, and on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award of RFQ 737-2526 roofing consultant for Whitesville Elementary and Westview Middle Schools to the Building Envelope Enclosure Group for Whitesville Elementary School for the total of $72,970, and to WM Building Envelope Consultants for Westview Middle School for the total of $100,000, effective September 21, 2025, contingent upon the expiration of the protest period. That was the recommendation from committee, so no second is required. Is there any further discussion? Note for the record that Mr. Baker will be recusing himself from this vote. Hearing no other discussion, I'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, 4-1, one recusal. Mr. Baker.
Also, on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award of Best Value Bid 739-2526 mobile relocation and setup services to Mobile Modular Management Corporation for the 140 by 65 mobile classrooms for the total of $376,188 per unit. The terms shall be for an initial one-year period with the option to renew automatically for 4 additional one-year terms in single increments. The total term of the contract is 5 years.
We have a recommendation from the committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0.
Also, on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award RFP 740-2526 for asphalt repair, seal coating, and striping, Lot A, B, and C to Superior Blacktop Services, LLC, and Lot C to AAA Stripe A-Lot, LLC, for an initial one-year term valued at $340,000 with the option to renew automatically for 4 one-year terms for an estimated contract value of $1,700,000. At the end of the 5-year contract term, the superintendent may extend this contract for an additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0.
Also, on recommendation of committee, I move to approve the award IFB 741-2526 for electrical supplies for facility warehouse to Gray Bar Electrical Company for an initial one-year term valued at $305,000 with the option to renew automatically for 4 additional one-year terms in single increments for an estimated contract value of $1,525,000. At the end of the 5-year contract term, the superintendent may extend this contract for an additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0.
Also, on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award IFB 742-2526 for plumbing supplies for facility warehouse to Gateway Supply LLC for an initial one-year term valued at $201,415, with the option to renew automatically for 4 additional one-year terms in single-year increments for an estimated contract value of $1,007,075. At the end of the 5-year contract term, the superintendent may extend this contract for an additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0. Lastly, on recommendation from the Capital Planning Committee, I move to approve a change order for the contract RFQ 715-2425 roof design services for Sangaree Elementary School to WM Building Consultants for the proposed design fee of $17,500, bringing the contract total to $127,500. This is a recommendation from the Capital Planning Committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion?
So, Madam Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you help me again? I'm looking at it strictly from a dollar standpoint, because I barely can spell roof, much less design one. And it just seems like that's 15% of the base cost for a small portion change. So can you help me calibrate my thinking as to why this works? Since it's kind of in your domain.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't do roofs. I do electrical stuff, but come back up. So basically, when you're going to design a roof, there's significant approvals and things that you're going to do for roofs for hurricanes in South Carolina to make sure that we meet all the requirements. So they're going to be a design for like what the roof looks like, but there's also going to be detailed design drawings that are going to show every kind of material, all the supports, every piece of hardware that we're going to use to attach the roof to the structure. I don't know, pick me up on anything I'm missing. It's a lot of design work.
Yes, it's a lot of work to make sure we're within code and the wind uplifts on these roofs, fastener patterns. There's a whole lot that goes into it. And not just a design. So when they go through the submittal process, all those are reviewed by the designer also. So it's a lot more than just drawing the roof.
So this wasn't thought of in the beginning?
So the bid we got for this roof came in way under what we thought it would.
And now we're having this, if I remember correctly, is a second change order. I could be wrong.
For this one, I believe this is the first one.
First?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But it turns a light on to me that when we decided to do this, that whoever won the award should have included some of these things in the beginning. To me, it's not an unforeseeable expense.
Well, the estimates we did in the beginning were, I'll give you the numbers, I think it was $1.8 million. We had 8 or 9 companies bid on it. This bid was about $800,000 lower. It came in at 1.1, so $700,000 lower than you expected. The next bid was 1.9 million. So we took the low bid and we saved that much money. And we want to put it back in this school to repair or replace this metal roof area.
So they didn't miss the scope.
No.
Everyone bid what we asked them to. As we've gotten through the project,
We're changing it.
we've made a decision that we should expand the scope and do additional roof work at the school.
Because we got a lower bid than expected.
That's my point exactly. If I got a bid for 100,000 and the next guy's $1 million, then that automatically should send a signal that something's not right. Something's different between these two bids, and I need to take a closer look at bid 1 and compare it to bid 2. There's something that has
Ms.
to
Bradley,
be.
they're not change ordering us. We're requesting a change.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not saying you owe us more money. We're saying, hey, we saved money. Now we would like to do some additional work. How much will it cost for us to add this additional work
Correct.
onto what we've asked for?
And now it's still kind of coming together. If we're making the change, again, I would have noticed something versus 100,000 versus $1 million.
And we look at all that and discuss it in our meetings, and, you know, that's why we have guys on site to make sure this contractor is not trying to cut corners or
So
do
you're
anything they
saying
shouldn't
the
do.
entire design now was 800,000? Did I hear that number?
No,
Or that
this
was
is the
just
construction part.
We're talking about design services, so when we bid the construction services, the construction came in
Services came
significant
in-
less.
Correct.
And so we've asked to expand the work we're
Scope of
doing,
work. Yes.
which has to be designed.
So first,
Ms. Coates, I'm sorry.
no, and don't get all cocky up in here, but I think I
I feel that
apologize
too.
because I read change order differently than the way it just got explained. We're not there's not a change.
No, we're requesting this.
That, right, now it's an expansion of services that we're changing the scope, and I read change order differently, so that's one.
Yeah.
And I do have to acknowledge that I didn't catch that it was also the roof over the gym. I thought it was completely tin roofs, not on top of a building, so I was wondering why there was so much under structure. But this is part of a roof on a building, is it not?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Still think it's a lot, but I understand.
It's a lot of roof there, too. So.
Okay.
It certainly is a lot of roof.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, 4, 1, and 1 recusal for Mr. Baker.
Thank you for helping us through that.
That concludes the report for capital planning. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
There's a motion from Ms. Davenport. I think I got a second from Mr. Borden. Will you take the second, Mr. Borden?
Yeah.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0. We are adjourned.